getting dressed up in shades of yellow.
Hello, welcome to the Lovely Job podcast, taking you behind the scenes of bridal with Miss Bush. I'm Leah Spicer-Pownall, and this is
Marshall, the MD. I forgot I'm not supposed to say that anymore.
No, we tried to make it shorter, but yeah, I'm the marketing manager of Miss Bush, and Emma's the MD.
Yeah, Emma's just Emma. Yeah, someone that annoys us all, basically. So
No, not true.
it probably is quite true. Anyhow, how are we? Are you tired?
I'm very tired because I stayed up late to do one final push, finishing off a massive project, which is the Naughty website.
Looks amazing. It really does look fabulous. So, I know if I just like Adrian says it looks fabulous. I don't know what's happened to Ben this morning. I'm sure Adrian, Monday morning. Do you know? And I know he's got this big play/show next week. So I think he was in the dress rehearsal yesterday. So I imagine he's pretty tired. So.
Yes. Well, it's live now. So if anyone wants to go and have a look, it's naughty.co.uk. There's loads to look at. The blog is filled with our previous projects and our real brides, and the collection is on there. There's lots to look at, so go have a look.
Looks great. Our baby is out in the world.
Yes. Yep. So what else have we got to talk about today?
Let me just think. I mean, both of us, you're like tired and I'm like moderately hungover, not massively hungover, but I've really tried not to be drinking for the last couple of weeks. And then I got a call from Laura Caudry / Mrs. Fetcham Park. He was in Southsea walking her dogs with her partner Greg, and they were like, "Oh, come and join us for a drink." Of course, that didn't stop at just one drink, and it ended up in Bobby's Lounge with the drag queens, who told me that I've got a bowl haircut, which I do. So so I'm slightly fragile. But Greg is the photographer, for people that may not know, put two things together, who did the evening photos for our Lovely Job live event. And he's a really great photographer and does lots of show busy kind of, oh my God, they told me the name that they use for it. So somewhere between paparazzi, which it isn't because he's an invited photographer, and sort of and reportage. So it's quite a glamorous sort of party reporting, the sort of thing that you would see at sort of like film festivals and like launches and things like that. So
it reminds me of Greg Williams, that kind of photography.
Absolutely. And I actually said that to him yesterday as well, because I always love Greg Williams stuff. It kind of, that sits in that kind of portraiture, but it looks kind of off the cuff, but everyone looks impossibly glamorous. So it's quite interesting actually having a conversation with him, talking about what people expect, the level. And what it was really interesting when Laura and I were reflecting that when we use photographers' work, we know absolutely we're not allowed to change the filters, we're not allowed to re-edit, we're not allowed to touch it, crop it, move it, do anything. Otherwise we'd get like completely
getting angry messages,
like bollocks basically. But apparently, like, you know, there's quite a lot, particularly influencers, who like just take your work and edit it and retouch it to an inch of their life. So it doesn't really look like the work of the photographer anymore. So we had a little bit of an intellectual football match about that, basically. So it was quite interesting. So nice, really nice to catch up with those guys. But it did mean that my I bought all the stuff to make a roast dinner and didn't make it, so we're going to have a Monday night roast dinner.
Roast. Yeah, Monday roast.
Yeah. So
that's Greg Hammond, everyone. Just because I don't know if you said his surname, but if anyone wants to look him up, Greg Hammond.
Yeah, it's very good. So we've used his photos quite a lot. So
there's that iconic photo of you from the end of the night when you're eating pizza with caviar on it in your bare feet with a bottle of
also, let's not forget the very beautiful portraits of you sitting on the spiral staircase as well.
True, probably some of my favourite pictures of me.
It's very good, so very good, and I sort of blame my hangover somewhat on
them.
Like a completely like spontaneous afternoon of like chats and drinks.
They are some of the best afternoons when you don't plan it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
But it's really interesting. I talked to you about Tesco's because I've like my constant thing. I don't know whether this podcast is gonna like shed any light for anybody on anything, and I wonder what brides are gonna think about it. But I would love some feedback from brides about this, because constantly we're just approaching our year end trading year. So like, you know, when you have to look at your figures and see what's happened in the world. I suppose we're evaluating the new collections that we're doing. We're obviously looking at how we're going to develop Nautier. So there's kind of tons of things just buzzing around my head about work, and I think I'm really irritating people because I'm constantly asking questions and I don't have a sort of solution yet. And I did it to you the other day. It's like one day I'm going to wake up one morning and I'll have the complete answer. Do you know, I'll be like, right, I've seen it, because I really literally I'm very confused about retail at the moment, because like, firstly, obviously the premise of the chapel has always been experiential and an amazing customer service. So I think that is something we achieve. But then it has occurred to me recently that we've become so experiential to a point that sometimes we don't look like a shop and we have to sell things. And also, like, sometimes the experience is so good that we just basically arm people with the tools to go and buy something they want somewhere else that they didn't know they wanted. They go, "Oh, you're so lucky telling me what to like have," and yeah, I bought it here. It's like, oh, that's disappointing. So it is a kind of like, it's a really interesting thing at the moment. I've seen quite a few shops posting on their Instagram feeds about really, really going to town on the level of their customer service. So that the fact that you don't just buy a dress, you buy a dress, you've got then a styling service, so you can come back and see your dress, try it on when it's in, check out all the bits and pieces that you maybe want to put with it. Something we do too. And people that are offering technical fitting services in-house. So the eventual product you take home is the responsibility of the shop that you buy it from. And increasingly, you're getting shops now which don't take responsibility for the product that you take home. And so really, like, although you're buying a designer product, the fit is very much down to what independent seamstress you can find. I talked to an independent seamstress this week, and they told me very clearly that quite often shops missell things, and they will say, "Oh yeah, that will be fine in fitting," and it isn't. So because they don't understand, maybe that if you don't offer the fitting service, you'll never know really what the challenges are that you're presenting a seamstress with. So obviously there's that. So I have noticed a few like shops like us. I'm still like simmering on the concept that what I think is old fashioned, that customer service and being responsible for the product to the end of the line. Somebody told me that it was just an old fashioned concept. And I'm really struggling with the concept of like that. Also because it's the end of the financial year, and that we were told in no uncertain terms that we've done really good turnover, you know, in difficult times. So it's pretty much the same as last year, but huge increase in costs, both financial services costs, so like card processing fees, things like that, increase in employers' contribution, like for the tax and national insurance, just general overall increase in utilities. The like council tax, business rates has gone back up to what it was. There's no discount anymore. So it's one of those really hard things where you like look at what you've got to do as a bridal retailer, and all the phenomenal things that we do, like the very nicest wine and really great cocktails and really good coffee and all of those things, plus the service of having that, taking that responsibility right through to the end of like a bride's journey and beyond, when we have you running effectively media channels for us and sharing them. And like, somebody was a bit grumpy this week because they hadn't been shared already, and I'm like, no, well, we're not a media channel, but like, do you know what I mean? We want to get to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I try and blog everyone, but if we have like 300 brides a year getting married and half of them send their photos, that's 150 brides to blog. Like, I can't get through them that fast.
No, and it is really tricky. So this is what I'm saying. It's just like this whole like concept is blowing my mind at the moment. Do you know what I mean? What does retail look like going forward? Because we've had to bend and shape ourselves into an omni-channel, multi-channel like offering, and we're one shop, one independent shop with a podcast and a blog and a YouTube channel and a TikTok and a Instagram, and we're part of people's leisure
email
time.
newsletters as well.
Do
you know everything.
I mean? All of these channels of communication, the photos on the fridge that people absolutely love those at work. So and all of the time, while sort of like seamlessly seeing like not like a shop and not trying to be too sort of like over commercial, but then being told in no uncertain terms by your accountant, you've got to up some prices and cut some costs. It's really hard, isn't it? Because I went to Tesco's yesterday, and I really hate going to the big Tesco's. This is why I thought Tesco's was relevant. I prefer to go to Waitrose, but I needed cat food and other stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, even I know that I've really got to go to big Tesco's because like it's going to be too expensive in Waitrose. And I came out of big Tesco's with only one of those little trolleys, not a big giant Christmas shopping size trolley. It's £174. And I'm like, 174 quid? What have I got in there? A chicken? Bit of beef for like the Sunday dinner and some veg and some cat food. Like, how is this 174 quid? But the thing is what you sort of like generally absorb without thinking about it because of inflation with food shopping. And because people have to buy it, it's really, really difficult to apply those same costs to bridal. Do you know?
Yeah, because it's just a one-off thing that they only buy once, isn't it? It's not just every day.
And I've seen an email from like someone this week is questioning an alteration cost, and I'm like we've put the like production cost up to like 90 quid an hour. But it's not even that. It seems quite a lot. But what else can you get for 90 quid in an hour? Haircut? No. Hygienist? No. Nothing. Do you know what I mean? Massage? Maybe. Like, might just get an hour's massage for 90 quid. So I'm having this kind of thing with the moment where I'm like, nobody's answered my question on Instagram about what they think about customer service, because you expect it. Like, it needs to be amazing. But we're also now coming up with a generation of people, like our brides that are mid to early 20s have never really experienced good retail. No. High streets are not really what they were. So it does kind of what do we cut? It's really, what do we cut and what do we put up? And also the other thing with the launch of the vintage store, I also had that absolute penny drop moment that is like, I literally will buy from Zara Home or Zara clothes online and in store, and I'm not giving people the opportunity because we haven't developed our e-com to do that thing. But oh my God, where do we get that from? Where do we get the time from that as well?
That's a whole other thing that we'd have to add in, like somebody to pack everything up and send it. And
I mean, the vintage thing is going to be good. I mean, I said to Leah, just get it started, get some 5-star reviews with small price things. And once we've got some 5-star reviews and we've got some trust from our clients, we'll start to put some dresses on there.
Yeah, not me. Other Leah.
Other Leah, young Leah, junior Leah. That's our in-house Gen Z, basically. So I've given her this as a project, a sort of standalone project, really. And also, she's got a friend who's just started university who's very standard size and would make a very good content model for vintage, and not maybe not photographic in terms of real website stuff, but she may evolve into that, but it was certainly really good for in-house content. So so that's the question. It's what it's the question that Freud posed, isn't it? What do women want? I mean, I'm literally posing that question now, is what do brides want? What am I going to do? Where can I put the money up? I don't really want to cut our service. I want to be old-fashioned. I want to take responsibility for things right to the end of the line and beyond, and share people on our channels. But it's really hard.
Well, I would say every single bride that I blog, they all mention the service and the experience and the journey that you go on. That is the most important part of it for them, it seems. So I think we need to hold on to that and keep kind
but
of.
I think we do. But it's very hard to be like, here's this one product that you can buy from this place or this place. You should buy it from me because I feel like a bit of a scumbag saying these people aren't running a very good service, but they're maybe offering a very convenient service, or very cost effective, or it could be just perfectly lovely, but they're not offering more, but they're achieving exactly what they want to. Do you know what I mean? And they're not like, you're not failing on customer service if you're fulfilling exactly what you said you'd do to the client.
Yeah.
So like us going beyond that offer is kind of like, it's the bit where it's the bit where we're like, yeah, but this is important. This, I don't know how,
I think if they didn't have that experience, they wouldn't know that they'd missed out on it. But then when they do have it, they know that it's better because they've had it. Like
but it's also
hard. Like you don't know what you haven't got.
Yeah, but it's also sometimes, and I think like Laura and I were touching on this yesterday, like, sometimes if you go to a restaurant or something, you want good service. But there's a point where you're like, can you not ask me if this is nice while I've got a mouthful?
Yeah.
And there's a guy
that come over when you've just taken a big bite.
Yeah, so it's like, I know that this was probably in your training that you've got to do this, but like take a moment and look. And you want good customer service with a smile and the food to be nice and all that sort of stuff, but do you want someone lurking at your table? Not really. And it's a bit the same sometimes. Like there's a restaurant down here where the owner is a bit of a nuisance, to be quite honest. And also this restaurant started good and it's sort of gone downhill a bit over the last couple of years. But the owner's one of those people who will just come and stand at your table as though he's like really wants you to go, God, this is amazing. It's like, could you go now? So again, I also find that, like obtrusive customer service might not be great. And it's a bit like, I know it's closed now, that not another salon, but they offered like, sort of appointments for people with neurodivergent needs. So like either not looking in the mirror where you're having your hair cut or not talking. So like sometimes customer service looks like not having any.
Yeah.
Or having a different level of service. Yeah, so I'm sitting here like working out what one does really, what that looks like. I mean, what really it looks like is you've got to like move. I think you've got to move your stock faster and have less dresses, which is a bit of a shame because we all like lots of dresses. And I don't know, as I say, maybe you sort of like have to in your comms talk to the parents who still usually come to an appointment on one level that would be old fashioned like me.
Yeah, I think it just depends what you want. Like I think people come to Miss Bush because they enjoy that kind of like guidance and the support and everything that you give, and they know about it because their friends have told them about it.
Yeah. But and as I say, but we're still also faced with that thing of like, you pay for your appointment, like it's still incredibly great value for money because you get all the information and you get really good drinks and all that kind of stuff. And, you really do get like value for money out of it. But again, I saw another competitor bridal shop tell someone to go, or tell like on their TikTok, to go and do free appointments somewhere to find out what they like, and so that they could be more specific and kind of like targeted on what they actually want. And I'm like, so free appointments, as far as I know, the only place that you can get free appointments is Wed to Be. You might be able to get free appointments somewhere else. So it's basically they're telling people to go and dick around in somebody's shop with no intention of buying anything, and then to go presumably to them and choose what they want. So that they can close a sale in one visit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's quite spurious advice that. I mean, we'd all love to close a sale in one visit.
Go and waste someone else's time so that you can.
Yeah. And also the thing is, the industry can't tolerate that. The industry cannot, like, we're in massive, massive contraction of the people getting married. And it doesn't look like it because everyone is throwing their hat into the ring with it. So all major like fashion labels are throwing their hat into the ring, producing a bridal collection. People love it for social media content. when celebs get married or, influencers get married, that content goes across every channel you could possibly think of. So the appearance of weddings, and particularly lavish ones, being proliferating, it's just simply not the actual economic facts of what's going on.
No.
It's complex, isn't it?
It is.
This is going round in my head like a bloody spin cycle, and I don't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? I'd really love to have. I'd love to host. That we were talking about doing a school trip or something. I'd love to maybe have a focus group. I know one of my peers in the industry holds focus groups, but what's important? Do you know what I mean? What is important? Do I cut the wine? I don't think that doesn't sound fun, does it? No. No. Do I put up the appointment fees? I doubt it. I think we're I think they're priced right at the moment compared to the market. Realistically, we should probably be charging our time at £90 an hour, really.
Yeah, just for the expertise that you're getting.
Just for the appointment, yeah. I can't imagine anyone paying 180 quid for a 2-hour appointment. They'll be like, jog on.
No,
because you can nothing, so it is really tricky. Anyway, so this is my constant thing at the moment. So Tesco's, I'm going round, kind of thinking about this, like going into Tesco's and just being like, okay, this has all gone up. Have I gone and been a bit stroppy? You just got you just kind of suck it up, don't you, and think, actually, perhaps I'll do more Tesco's and less Waitrose.
I feel like we could just do a little drinking game. Every time Emma says Tesco, you have to do a shot.
I don't even like Tesco's that much. I know that sounds bad. I mean, I have actually just literally got
you only shop at Waitrose.
Yeah. I would go to, the trouble is I'd go to Sainsbury's, but it's a bit further and they've got a Habitat in there, which means I keep buying things.
Dangerous. It's very dangerous going into Sainsbury's.
So I don't do I
too much. I get my
much.
weekly shop every week from Tesco because it's my favourite.
There's a couple of products they're missing, I have to say.
Yeah, I just can't stand food shopping. I have to get it delivered, and for delivery, it's the most convenient. I just can't stand food shopping. I hate it.
Yeah, it is. But it is, yeah, and I suppose you have, but I did buy, it's very tempting. You're not that easily tempted in Sco's to buy anything. The wine selection's not that great.
It's true.
And the only thing I've bought there in homeware is they've got these really adorable glasses with black hats on.
Oh, I saw those. They're cute. They're so cute.
I say, I've which look like they came from Anthropology, but they didn't. Do you know what I mean? They're like £4 a glass. I thought you'd quite like those. It's spooky season.
You sent me the picture.
Oh, did
ages ago, because you were like, "Is it Halloween already?"
Yeah, I know, it's Christmas almost as well. So yeah, I'm having a whole I need a Mary Porter's kind of lecture, or I need to sit in a room with other fellow retailers and work it out, basically.
Okay, anyone listening, if you want to do this, let's get in touch. Would you
like a bride focus group, or a conference, a little mini conference? That doesn't really happen. They do on some our trade shows. There is they have a clinic where people talk to things, but most of them most of them could be characterized with a sort of facepalm emoji.
Yeah.
With because I would also quite like people to be quite vulnerable and say that they don't know, figure it out, because we've flexed a lot of different things over the Miss Bush journey since 1988. Do you know what I mean? It's been a long time, going from not even having a computer or having emails or charging for appointments at all. Do you know what I mean? Or not having private fitting rooms.
I remember when I came to the chapel that time and taught you all how to use Office 365. I did a little workshop for everybody, how to use the calendar.
I know. And my ultra resistance to kind of acuity and although, can I just say, let me just talk about cost for a moment. So acuity, the acuity thing, which is using the Stripe payments.
So that's our online booking system on the website, if anyone doesn't know what that is.
So basically, we did a thing before, and we would really encourage people to make a direct transfer into our account, because that way we would have all of the booking fee without any fees charged on it. So far, the same amount of money that we would have had for appointment fees has now cost us about £340 in fees.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, so everything is not a lot of money, but you're like 340 quid, and we've only had it for less than 2 months.
But then I think about the amount of time you would spend replying to the emails, getting them booked in, and like, oh, the bank transfer's not working, chasing them up, all of that. I think you've saved time. So
Maybe
if you get time as
a
money,
bit of man hour, but like, still, what I'm saying is if you're looking at things like an accountant would, and you're looking at like, well, how would you save that money? It's like you'd go back to doing the bank transfers, because it doesn't cost anybody any money. You know,
but now Leah has spent that time selling on Vinted, and then you've made the money getting the items sold. But she would have been spending that time emailing people before. So that's kind of a positive. I'm very because I'm freelance and I charge hourly rate, I always look at everything in like the amount of time it would take me. Like, that saved me this amount of money.
I totally agree with you, but I just would really, you know, I feel at the moment like I did a boot camp, like a circuit training yesterday morning, lovely sunny Sunday morning by the Canoe Lake in Southsea. Although circuit training, Billy, is very good, but it is not lovely. It's fucking hard. I still can't even do a burpee, and other people are jumping up and down like little bouncy things, like bouncing and then laying on the floor and bouncing back up again. And I'm going to talk to Billy about it today. It's like, I don't seem to have bounce. I think that maybe it's an age thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not, that sort of like powerful ability to be able to bounce is like missing from me somehow. Maybe if I lost a couple of stone, that might happen. But anyway.
I always worry I'm going to headbutt the floor when I do those. I'm just going to fall forwards.
I know, right? Literally. So, I mean, anyway, so I digress. So we were there, and as we were doing a workout, I watched two blokes going up ladders and putting George crosses all the way around the lake. And I was like, it was really, really triggering everybody. Do you know what I mean? Really, really triggering everybody, because, you know, it's like, it just seems so offensive, because we know why they're doing it, and it's not to do with patriotism, it's to do with racism and Islamophobia. So we know why they're doing it. It's not anything that, you know, is very appealing or pleasant about our country, which is a nice liberal democracy, really. But I just think it's that sort of like that confusion about the future, and about the confusion, like, it's political, it's retail, it's economic. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is the thing at the moment. I kind of would love a little conference, because I would like to work out what that looks like in the future. Because if you've got, like, you know, people that are moving into the political arena who are like, don't seem very responsible or nice, then I don't know what economics looks like in the future. Therefore, what do you do with your with work? And, you know, those are the sort of things that, like, it just feels all a bit aggy and uncertain at the moment, doesn't it?
It does. It feels horrible.
Yeah. And somebody also said, like, to me yesterday, I'm just not looking at the news. And I'm like, it's not really going to help. It's not going to go away. It's kind of, you know, almost that sort of simplistic idea, like, they've got, which is like, you know, there's something wrong with my life, so I must blame somebody else and do this thing.
And it's just like, oh, well done.
Irony of this whole thing, though. I know I'm not supposed to use Miss Bushes for politics, but, like, Portsmouth is a military island. Everything in here, even the bloody festival's called Victorious. Do you know, everything has got some association with the might of the British Empire, which is problematic on some levels. I don't think that any person that is visiting Southsea or Portsmouth could be unaware of the fact of their family of immigrants, like from many generations ago or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's a bloody place where people used to be press ganged in support of the British Empire. So I can see why, you know, people should be patriotic. I mean, and there's a lot of history here, but that history also needs analysis.
It does.
You know, otherwise it's like, And also on a Sunday, this is supposed to be like that horrible, what's it, man that runs it all, was saying that they're reclaiming Christianity. I was like, well, what are you doing up a ladder on a Sunday morning? Go to church then. Why aren't you in church with the other Christians? What would your vicar say about this? What does your vicar think this is a nice idea? Do you know what I mean? Or what does King Charles have to say about it? He's a defender of the faiths, not faith. Do you know what I mean? So it is a bit like, and if you're able-bodied and you really want to serve your country, why don't you go and do something helpful right now, as opposed to this?
This is the thing. Like, I know you've got lots of homeless people down in Portsmouth. They could be there, like feeding them, or in a soup kitchen instead of just climbing up a flagpole. Like,
yeah, and even if we're going to be very do you know what I mean, very traditional about this, there's also a lot of veterans here. Which do need quite a lot of support. Do you know what I mean? Both with mental health. There's like all sorts of challenges for military veterans. Do something for them. Raise some money. There's a lot of drug and alcohol addiction problems with veterans. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do something. If you believe in very, traditional things like the British Armed Forces, help them then. Anyway, sorry, I don't know how I got that, but it's really, really, I think it's that sort of shifting sands of that feeling quite confused about what to do next, and where you go in a contracting marketplace. What do you do with your business? And I'd really love to talk to brides about this. And I know it's not like something that brides should feel the need to talk about. I mean, I know that Annabelle the other day on Love My Dress did a whole thing about, disconnected and everything being not about the true emotions and the story of people's weddings. And I understand that, like sometimes with the whole come and try 100 wedding dresses on with me, the story of bridal retail might just look like an optional, like frivolity. But it's quite real for us. This is how we earn our living. What do we do next? And if people continue to not appreciate stuff. What I saw this morning as well, which made me think about this again. I've obviously missed this, but Irregular Choice have closed.
Yeah, they have. That was a real big surprise.
Again, the guy was saying, the factory they've been working with for 25 years can no longer make their stuff. So they, it's quite a complex, product to make. And so they've got nowhere to make it. So in the short term, they're like, they're closing. And I just think it's that, it comes back to what I was saying in the in last week's podcast about provenance and manufacture. If we want to be really good and grow the economy in this country, we have to prioritize manufacture. And prioritize, if you want a retail sector at all that isn't bricks and mortar, then you might have to think like the same way you do in Tesco's. You might have to be like, just appreciate it's all gone up. Oh, it's all gone up. I know that's very basic. Oh, Emma does economics. Oh, it's all gone up.
It's all gone up.
It's all gone up. Emma does politics. Couldn't these people do something nice rather than put up flags? Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's just like, it's a bit vox poppy this, isn't it? But anyway, I give you my thoughts on the matter. So I'm trying to be positive about it and really be like, again, that vulnerability is like, what am I supposed to do?
Yes, well, if anyone has any thoughts, we'd like to hear them.
More organised thoughts. Going to be like literally like if everyone else is going, oh, I don't know what to do either. It's like helpful. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. But anyway, so the positivity this week that abounds from the beautiful new Nautier website, which we really encourage people to go and have a look at. We have got definitely with my Nautier hat on, we have got a model booked for our next set of fittings for the new collections. So we should have new things out. I think probably end of October, which would be very exciting. And also any Nautier bridal clients that have got dresses from Nautier via Miss Bush, we're coming for you. We all want all of you.
Yeah,
because
be
we're
ready.
such a tiny start-up label. So we really need everybody that's worn a Nautier dress to share their pictures with us, whether you want to or not.
Yes, please. Yes. In other exciting news, we're going to an event on Friday, aren't we?
Yes, we are. You're coming down. Yay.
I am. I'm going to come to Southsea. I can't wait for some sea air.
What are you going to do? Are you going to bring Felix down and just hang out here on Saturday with him or something? I mean, I've got to go to work. No, okay, just can't by yourself.
Because he can't come to the party with me.
I could leave him with Harvey.
No, I'm not bringing him.
Okay, that's cool.
I want to just have some fresh air. So you're
Okay.
working on you're working Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
am. And it's also other exciting news this week. So it's not that exciting. It's my birthday.
that's exciting.
No, it isn't. It's
Oh,
like I am literally becoming very old.
but the party that we're going to, just for anyone, is just like that was a bit cryptic. It's Freya Rose is opening her showroom. It's the launch event, so we're going to go and look at lots of pretty things.
Yes. Her showroom is very nice. I've actually sneaked in there when I was returning some pieces from, we borrowed a whole load of stuff for the Hazy Sparrow month. So I took some stuff. So I've actually sneaked in there and had a little look at it. It's very beautiful. But yeah, so coming down, I know I need to book us somewhere to eat or do something as well. So,
That'd be nice.
and also they are, I connected Freya with Gusborne, so they're serving Gusborne as well.
Oh, very nice.
Right.
I don't know if I have tried Lisbon. I'm not sure if I tried it, but I think I did at the Lovely Job event.
Yeah, it's really
Yes.
good.
Very nice.
So so basically, so that's going to be good. So like the Mighty South Sea sees another epic launch. So
Yes.
we will probably do maybe a little reel or something from that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not like a major.
I'm not going to be like fully working, but I'm going to bring my my little pocket camera, just take some videos.
Bring your Instamatic with you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's my birthday on Thursday, so it's like 59, so I'm like, that's pretty old. I think I talked to somebody else, a friend of mine who turned 60 last year, and it's like going, and she said that she'd never been worried about any of the other sort of like big numbers, like 30, 40, 50, but 60 seemed quite a lot, and I feel a little bit the same, which is why I've been doing quite a lot of PE. I am feeling that I need to sort of like, I think I've been got to by like algorithms where they're like going, I'm in the shape of my life at 60, but I feel like you can't let up on it now. You can't.
No, I did say thing like the worst thing that you can do is stop. Once you stop moving, that's it.
Yeah,
So.
and I always want to kind of like, and I think this is probably like secretly informing, not even that secretly, this whole, you're very old fashioned or what next for retail. This is something I've been doing a long time. Do you know what I mean? And I'm 59, so I'm really I'm in the like definitely solid mother of the bride age group. I think our mothers probably the youngest are probably late 40s. But like 50 to 70 is the mother of the bride age group. So I'm sort of probably there, right, solidly in it. So I think again that understandably that's sort of why you question your sort of relevance and think about what you're doing. I mean, and obviously there's no option to retire because what would you do for money?
Oh God.
So yeah.
I was talking to Adrian when I was at Miss Bush last week, and I figured out I'm old enough to be the other Leah's mum.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
maybe we should call you Mummy Leah then, and Baby
Mummy
Leah.
Leah. Oh, that's cute. That's quite nice. Yeah, I actually visited Bush last week just for a very special afternoon because Chloe had her final fitting and I filmed the whole thing.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward. I've actually booked my flights to Venice now, so I just need to book. I've booked them at ridiculous hours, but yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. And I've seen that she's been in Venice this weekend.
Yeah, they have.
It's been on her Instagram, so they're obviously making some wedding plans.
Finalising the last few things. I think she said that they had menu tastings or something.
Yeah, well, so they're like the most casual people that I've ever had like a wedding invite from. I've only had a WhatsApp invite, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know if it tells us what time they're getting married. And she said there's going to be something on the Friday, and I'm like, any idea when?
Oh.
I literally like in the whole realm of like wedding organizing. How people have wedding websites and they're micromanaging like everything. Even Marion said to me, she got a gift list. I'm like, I don't know. No idea. So this is going out to you, Chloe. Where do we need to be and when? Have you got a gift list? Just looking at you. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know what's happening to Porridge while she's going either.
Oh, I do. Porridge is staying with some friends that live nearby. Yeah, a couple that live near them in London. So he's going to have a lovely time getting spoiled by them.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, we had a really, really long chat after the fitting on Wednesday, which was really nice because I didn't want to leave until 6 o'clock because I wanted to miss the traffic, and so did she. So we just sat and had a really lovely chat, which was good. Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Right, so I think that's like a weird episode there. I'm not sure brides have got much of a takeaway from that, other than I might like to have a conference. I might like to host a conference.
Yeah, this sounds like we're getting back to our looks days.
I don't really want it to be like something I have to spend a lot of money on. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, should we get a function room somewhere and have a little chat?
Yeah.
And maybe some breakout groups. You know,
sounds good.
I don't think that is sounds like a huge, amazing thing. And if people are self-funding, do you know what I mean? They can decide whether they want to, if they have to stay somewhere or travel there, they can just decide if they want to do that or not.
Yeah, true. Yeah, sounds good. And we could do it at the seaside.
I'm not moving or travelling, no.
Right, let's get
All
off.
right.
Okay, everyone, we will see you next week.
See you next week with something that looks more like bridal advice, I promise.
Yes, please get in touch with us if you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss, and we will do that.
All right.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You'd like to know, wouldn't you? You'd like to know, wouldn't you? You'd like to know, wouldn't you? You'd like to know, wouldn't you?